Thank you, Philadelphia 76ers. The sports gods have truly thrown a bone down to the city of Philadelphia after a rough week we've truly had here in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers are going through their Western Conference road trip and are right now on a 5-game losing streak. The Philadelphia Union can't even sign a player that's worth more than $500,000. We're looking at guys in second division European soccer leagues. The Philadelphia Phillies haven't made a signing since Didi Gregorius, and the Philadelphia Eagles, their season just ended this past Sunday in a heartbreaking fashion. And this Philadelphia 76ers, who were going into this game on a 4-game losing streak, they absolutely showed up and they gave the city of Philadelphia something to smile at. Guys, I'm at Parceo Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today we are going to review the Sixers versus the Thunder. But guys, you don't want to go anywhere because you don't want to miss this review that we got for you. But let's get this started, shall we? Yeah! That's right, everyone. And before we get this started, first off, real quick, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Whether this is the first time you're tuning in or if you're returning back, it means a lot to me, guys, and I really appreciate it. But real quick, guys, we're trying to make Parceo Philly known here in the Philadelphia sports market, and honestly, I could use your guys' help to grow. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. And that is right, Sixers versus Thunder. Now, guys, over the past couple of years, this has been some exciting games that we have seen, and it was to the point that some Sixers fans were calling this a rivalry simply because of the heatedness that it got to, and they were exciting games. Russell Westbrook and JoJo had a little beef going on, but now these are two different teams now. Obviously in OKC, it's a much different looking team. Russell Westbrook is not there anymore, and now it is Chris Paul's team, quite honestly, after that trade, and you're seeing a different OKC team. We all thought beginning of the year that this team would be tanking and, for the future, were they going to buy out Chris Paul, get some draft picks, but they found a way to retool. And now you're looking at an OKC team that is 20-16, sitting 7th in the West. And before this game, they were riding on a 5-game winning streak. So definitely, you got to give credit to where credit is due. And that all starts with Billy Donovan with the OKC. He has truly proven to all of us basketball guys, that he can coach at any level in this league. And now this is truly his team. There's no more Russell Westbrook. There's no more Paul George. No more KD. It is now his team, and he's got the perfect player to lead his new squad. Chris Paul has really had a rejuvenation, in all honesty. A lot of people thought his career was over. It ended pretty badly with Houston. It wasn't the right fit, honestly, for both sides, and he looks like a brand new player. He has been the leader of this team. He has facilitated the rock, and he is really the perfect piece that they need with this team that they have. And then surrounding Chris Paul, the three guys in the middle, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, they have Terrence Ferguson, Danilo Gallinari. These are guys who are high percentage shooters, and they really help space out the court. And it's easy for Chris Paul to dish the rock. And then when you have Steven Adams, that statue down in the middle, the guy who's going to get in the post, get those nasty rebounds, and he is one of the most tenacious guys in the post. He even gives our own Joel Embiid all the fits in the world. And quite honestly, this is a great test for Joel Embiid. He's been really tested mentally as the years go on in his career. That mental test gets harder and harder. And right now he's going through a tough time. This losing streak has gotten to him, and he told you that in that last game after the Rockets game, in that post game conference, that the losing is starting to get to him. So this was a perfect test for him because Steven Adams was not going to ease up on him. He's going to get physical with him. He's going to try to out-rebound him. And this was exactly what Joel Embiid and the Sixers need. But, guys, you know what? Quite honestly, though, I'm proud of the Sixers here in this game. In the Houston game, even though they lost, they gave you effort. And you can't really control James Harden, absolutely destroying you. And Clint Capella taking advantage of a gas Joel Embiid, and the fact that James Harden's playing so well, and he was feeding off of James Harden, and in this game, you wanted to win. You're right. You really wanted to win here because you haven't had a 4-game losing streak in over 2 years. This was a bad spot for us, and this is an OKC team that a win over this team really would boost the confidence and the momentum of the Sixers because OKC is not a team that's going to roll over and die on you. They're a talented, hard-working ball team, and this was the perfect team for the Sixers to play. And throughout this game, the Sixers would stay with OKC. OKC would get a lead in the third quarter. OKC would find a lead, but the Sixers fought all game long to find a way to win this game. In the third quarter, when the Thunder got the lead, the Sixers found a way to get back. And guys, people stepped up in this game. And that's the real reason why we won here. And I know we need to start off with the starting lineup, but in the last game against the Houston Rockets, I came out and I called out the bench here because the bench really was the sole reason why we lost against the Houston Rockets. Listen, James Harden does it to a lot of NBA teams. But when you look at the bench of the Rockets and the bench of the Sixers, that was the clear difference why we lost that game. And I said that that's Rockets review. And in this game, we got a little bit something from our bench. And specifically, I want to start here with Mike Scott because Mike Scott's got a lot of criticism this year. He's not been the same player, quite honestly, that we saw last year. He definitely's had a little shot in his confidence. I don't know what it is. The shots weren't dropped, but Mike Scott got 2 threes in this game. He finished with eight points. He was active defensively as well, which I really liked seeing. He was guarding guards, and he had his troubles, but he stuck with it, and he did a solid job, in my honest opinion, when it came to the defense. James Ennis did his part with 5 points. Furkan would add 6 points himself, and then there was Trey Burke. Now, this is a guy I've been a fan of. Maybe 2 years ago when he was part of the Knicks, I saw some things that I liked. I saw a fearless player. He had the cornrows going. He was wearing number 3, so that hit me in the heart a little bit. A little AI throwback, but he's not wearing the cornrows anymore. He doesn't wear number 3 anymore. He doesn't look like AI anymore. But I feel that if you give Trey Burke a little bit more, that he's kind of like Miles Sanders. We need Miles in order to get Miles Sanders going. You need to get him a couple carries so he can warm up and then eventually hit the home run. I feel you need to give Trey a couple more possessions. Let him take a couple more shots and then he will get hot. Well, Trey Burke got 12 points in this game today. He would add 2 assists. So in total, your bench got you 31 points out of the total 120 points that you scored in this game. I'm going to take that for right now. Against the OKC team, I'm going to take that. This is definitely a good stepping stone, but definitely was better performance by the bench that we saw here than what we saw against the Rockets. So bench, all these guys, take that next step. And we truly are missing Matisse Thybulle. Like, you really can't take for granted the energy that Matisse brings. It really is infectious, and he was improving. He truly has been improving throughout the season, so we really have been missing Matisse. But so far, liked from this game. I like what we saw for this bench. But let's move on to the starting lineup here. Let's start with the guys that really were hot in here, and that is Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris. Josh Richardson had a very nice game. He was knocking down some tough shots. Ben and Josh were working it as well, but if Josh can be that second scorer, guys, it's going to be so beneficial for us, and it's going to help the fact that we don't have a point guard that can shoot, right? So Josh finished this game with 23 points, 4 assists, and 2 boards. I'm going to take that every night of the week. Josh, good game by you. And Toby took over here as well. He knocked down some tough shots. He would knock down the 3 that would seal the win for us as well. He would end with 18 points, 4 assists, and 6 boards. The thing is, both these guys knocked down crucial shots down the stretch in order for us to win this game. And kudos goes to both these guys. If these guys can get hot, we are going to be a good team. Al Horford stepped up a little bit here as well. He got himself 13 points. He had 4 rebounds and 4 assists. It's still not what we want from Al Horford, quite honestly. So we will talk about in a minute, but I think the next game is where we'll see Al Horford step it up. Last but not least, the last 2 players in the starting lineup, of course, who we're going to talk about here. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons, solid game. He had a double-double. He would have 17 points. He'd get 15 boards. He was active on the defensive side. He was good at guarding. You know what you're gonna get defensively from Ben Simmons. Like you know what you're gonna get there. It's the shooting part. It's a shooting part that is killing us all. Luckily, guys are knocking down the shots, so spacing was not an issue in this game. But you're at home. You're playing OKC. We would have wanted to see you shoot a three. Shoot a three here or there. And you had Chris Paul and you had Gilgeous Alexander on guarding you. Like, you could have shot in a three, Ben. You could have shot in a three. But we won't talk about that. JoJo is who we were leaving for last. JoJo would suffer a dislocated finger that honestly was disgusting. It was absolutely gross to see. And I know a lot of people got grossed out here. And it begged me asking the question is, now here in Philadelphia, who has the uglier finger? Is it Joel Embiid or is it Brian Baldinger? Because them two have some ugly ass ring fingers. But JoJo seems like he'll be okay. I think there's a little swelling going on with that finger, but he played with it and he played okay. I guess it's not the typical Joel Embiid game. He'd finished with 18 points, 8 assists, and 9 boards. So not the typical dominating night from Joel Embiid, but you add the fact that he had a dislocated finger, plus he's playing against Steven Adams, one of the best defensive rebounders in the game. I gotta give a little credit to Joel Embiid there. I mean, that's tough to do. That is really tough to do. But guys, overall, really, in all honesty, reason why we won this game is two things. We played as a team. Like, there wasn't anyone pointing a finger. There wasn't this whole accountability thing. Everyone held each other accountable in this game. In my honest opinion, everyone held each other accountable. But you don't need to say it. Like, you just do it with your actions. You do it by your hard work and your hard playing out there. And guys, like, you really don't have to look any further in the city than the team that plays across the street in the Philadelphia Eagles. You just saw that team with all the injuries that they went through throughout this year, and they still made it all the way to the playoffs. They won the division, and they made it to the wild card round. They were putting out practice squad players. And yet the Philadelphia Eagles still were able to do what they did and get to the wild card because they played as a team and they believed in each other and they believed in the system. That's what you have to do if you're the Philadelphia 76ers. Believe in each other. Believe in Brett Brown, in the system, and all will prevail. But like I said, the Sixers made tough shots in the end, and that was one of the main reasons why. And in the 3 important categories on the stat sheet, you did better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC is a team that is going to knock down their shots. They got good shooters on that team. And in the 3 major categories, you had a better field goal percentage. You had a 51% field goal percentage. From the 3-point line, you shot 50%. And from the free throw line, you were 15-18. That is 83%. That is better than OKC's 44% field goal percentage, their 41% 3-point percentage, and they also were 21 of 31, giving them a 67% free throw percentage. Those are categories that OKC usually do well at, and you did better at. And those are categories that you actually struggle with. We talked about how in the last game Houston shot 37% and you shot 22%, and you flipped the script on us. And that is one of the true, real reasons why we won this game. I need to see more of this from my Sixers. I need to see more of this. You fought throughout the game and you got the W. And you believe in the coach. You did your job. You did your job. Guys, 8 times in the fourth quarter, OKC had an opportunity to take the lead. And you did not allow them to do it. And you had someone step up, whether it be Toby, whether it be Ben Simmons taking the shot, whether it be Josh Richardson. Someone stepped up to keep the lead on the Sixers side, and you got the W. But guys, next up here, man, I don't need to hype you up here. This is like the Dallas Cowboys. This is like the New York Red Bulls. This is like the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is like the Atlanta Braves. This is the Boston Celtics. And they're coming into your house. And they're playing good basketball at the moment right now. They look good. And you've looked at, honestly, you've looked at. This is a rivalry game. You're going to be at home. What Sixers team are we going to get? What Sixers team are we going to get? That's the true and honest question. What Sixers team are we going to get on this game? I'll be looking forward to that. But guys, that is all I have for you today. If you guys want to talk Sixers, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what your feelings are for this game, how you feel about JoJo's finger, how you feel about Toby and Josh stepping up, how you feel about the Sixers going against Boston. Let me know in the comments below. And guys, I really appreciate you checking out this video. But like I said, we are trying to grow El Parceo Philly here in the Philadelphia sports landscape. And I really could use your guys' help to grow. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help El Parceo grow. And of course, if you want to follow me on the platform social media, you absolutely can do that. Follow me on Twitter at El Parceo Philly, and you can also follow me on Instagram at L_Parceo_Philly. And until next time, mi gente, I am El Parceo Philly, telling you guys that Sam Hinkie, he died for our sins. I'll see you guys later.